Okay, I'm live. All right, there we go. What's up, y'all? Welcome back once again. I'm DVNB, and this show is called Articism. This is episode 2, and today we would like to welcome our guest, Young Pedro 619. He's an up-and-coming artist, and now I'm gonna flip the camera, and he's gonna introduce himself to you. All right.
Hey, what's up? It's Young Pedro 619. I'm an artist from Chula, Vista. Guys, I'm doing some numbers on SoundCloud right now. I have a contract, all that.
Okay,
I'm trying to boss up.
All right, so you say you're from Chula Vista, so I take it you're a native to California?
Yeah.
Okay. So how old are you?
I'm 19 right now.
Oh, you're 19.
Yeah.
Young.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're 19 right now, when did you start your endeavors as a music artist?
When I was 15.
When you're 15?
14, but
14.
I started recording at 15.
At 15?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what inspired you to become an artist?
I used to bun hip hop with my uncle, like when I was like 8. And that was just something we did for a minute, and I just wanted to make some music that I could listen to that was actually me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What are some of the artists and albums you remember that your uncle used to play that really, made you feel like, oh, I want to do this too?
He played Nas a lot. 50, he got me into 50.
Okay.
Window Shopper was the main one that I really fucked with.
Okay, I remember when that came out. That was on the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a window shopper. Yeah.
That shit was hard.
Yeah. All right. So, did you write lyrics first, freestyle? How'd you start as an artist?
I got through it like from poetry, because I took a poetry class in like high school, freshman year, and that just made me start like writing lyrics, because I thought poetry was just too soft. I wanted to make like rap.
Okay. And then after you wrote your first rap, who did you perform it for, or where did you perform it at?
Oh, dude, it was trash. I had a I posted on SoundCloud, and it did like four views in 3 days, I think, some shit like that.
Okay.
It was a small audience back then.
So the first time you posted something was on SoundCloud, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been dedicated with the SoundCloud platform since you started?
Yeah, I've recently started posting on YouTube, but it's just been SoundCloud since the beginning, mainly.
Okay. What are some of the first artists that you collabed with when you started getting real serious about being an artist?
There's this artist named Deezus that was one of the first dudes I collabed with. He shot a video too for me. And then this dude named Slim from Texas, that's still like my brother to this day. We made music like all summer that year.
That's what's up. What year was that summer when you made a lot of music with Slim?
That was like 2015, I think.
Okay.
Me and Slim were just making tracks every day.
Okay. And for the beats and instrumentals that you use for your songs, do you usually make them, or do you have friends, or you just reach out to certain producers that you like?
I got like super cool with YouTube producers. Like I would not only just listen to the beats on YouTube, but I'd also follow them on like Instagram and talk to them, and they'd usually send me free beats that they wouldn't even post on the YouTube, just because we got cool like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's mainly where I started getting my beats from.
Okay.
And now I live with a producer, so I just get beats from him.
So your roommate is a producer, so he doesn't really charge you for the tracks, huh?
No, but he's pretty good, man. He charges sometimes, but mainly I get the free beats. And
okay. Well, let's give him a shout out since he gives you so much love, man. What's his name?
BJ Beats on SoundCloud. General Middington's on Instagram. That dude, he's good.
Okay. Is he from California as well?
Yeah, he's from he's been born in England.
Mm-hmm.
He lived in Africa and then lived in the DMV for a minute. So he's like all over.
Oh man, yeah. So that he's got an exotic style to his sound, probably, huh?
It's way different and
Okay.
underground still.
And then the beats or tracks that you do perform on, are they usually free loop produced tracks, or does it not matter?
It's usually FL, but it doesn't really matter. It just happens to usually be FL.
Okay. All right. So you've been in the game for around 4 years as an independent artist, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and have you created any opportunities for yourself since you started, as in other companies reaching out to you, want to work with you, or create some type of partnership or agreement with you? Anything happening like that for you right now?
I was trying to do that a lot at the beginning, but it wasn't really happening. Once I started getting the views, I kind of used my platform as something to bait in companies, like that they show I'm useful. And I'm working with a company called Hustle Hard right now.
Okay.
About to sign a contract for an independent contract for that, just to write.
Just to be a songwriter?
Yeah, songwriter.
Not to be a performing artist on any of their songs?
No.
So pretty much almost like a ghostwriter, but...
A little bit, yeah.
But you do definitely get credit?
Yeah, I'll get credit, and I own percentages of the songs.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the company Hustle Hard, because I'm sure no one really knows about that for whatever reason. Plus, I'm sure they're curious about who this company is that wants to offer you a contract.
Yeah, so they do have a website that you can check out. It's HUSLHRD and .com, but they're really just a music, like, low-key sort of group. I don't want to misrepresent them or anything, or their motive, but they're just like a very low-key group, and I appreciate that they actually hit me back up. I thought it was going to be some joke shit, like they're just going to be yanking my chain and shit, but they're actually serious about it.
Okay, that's good.
So,
and can you, without getting into too many of the intricate parts of the agreement, can you tell the people that are watching what type of agreement they offered you?
That's independent, like, writing for them. Okay. It's like a contract work job. So it's I need to speak to my lawyer about it even more, but from my understanding so far, I'm going to be writing for them, and they'll just shop it to labels, basically.
Okay. And are you, like, exclusively their songwriter, or is it a non-exclusive contract that they're offering you?
I'm still trying to work it out with them. I would like to have it non-exclusive, but I that's like if the best outcome is non-exclusive.
And what's the reason that you would prefer a non-exclusive contract?
There's just more freedom in it for me. If something better comes along, of course.
So I agree with you. That's the best way to go about contracts as an independent artist, is to have a non-exclusive agreement. So just in case someone else wants to work with you, you're not bound to just one company.
Yeah. Because
what that does as an independent artist, that kind of limits you in your creativity. And that's like the most important thing an artist should always worry about is his creative control. Yeah. And it's a very great opportunity for you to even be offered a non-exclusive contract. Yeah. A lot of people don't offer non-exclusive contracts in any business, let alone the entertainment business.
Yeah, it's
okay. So today is 2019 and we're in LA. Let's just show the people that we're in LA right now. And we also want to introduce once again our engineer / producer, Charles Heimke. He's always here to support the artist.
Yeah, Pedro. Yeah, Pedro's my man.
Yeah.
Fire rapper.
And we're out here in LA right now. Starting to get sunny. But yeah, young Pedro, we're gonna give you a chance to ask DVNB a couple questions. Anything you want to ask him, so you go ahead and start asking him whatever you want to ask him.
Word. If you had to pick like a top 5 diss track list right now, what would you pick?
Diss tracks?
Yeah.
Wow.
From any era.
Any era. I'm gonna come from the golden era, from the Pac and Biggie era. So let me switch it on over to this side. All right. So I think the first one has to be No Vaseline by Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Like, just go listen to it. Just the intro to it is very aggressive, and then the whole track just gets at Dr. Dre Eazy-E, Jerry Heller, and whoever else was involved in pissing Ice Cube off. All right, so that's the first one. I'd say the second one has to be "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite line in that one is, "I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker." Like, every time I hear that shit, I just laugh because I don't know if that was true, but just the way he said it, it sounded so true. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3 has to be "Ether" by Nas, dissing Jay. Okay, and then just because Jay is just as great as Nas, I can't not say, what was it called? The Ruler's Back.
Yeah.
The diss towards Nas. Okay? And let's say number 5. I mean, most of 50 Cent's songs are diss tracks, but I'm gonna go with Wanksta because that was right before his album came out. And, you know, the controversy between him and Ja Rule back then, it was like the early 2000s when that was going on. And, you know, that Wanksta song, a lot of people didn't know that he was probably referring to Ja Rule until after 50 Cent started getting bigger, and they knew that he had some type of issue or beef with Ja Rule. But yeah, so I'd say No Vaseline, Hit 'Em Up, Ether, The Ruler's Back, and Wanksta. Yeah, you put me on the spot, man, but I'm glad I got the top 5 for you.
That's a solid list, though.
Thank you. So yeah, man, anything else you want to ask me before I get it back to you?
Yeah, it's gonna be like sort of a similar question, but in this era specifically, what are your top 5 artists that you're saying right now?
Top 5 artists right now, you know, I gotta put J. Cole up there, because I'm from that golden era of the 90s rapping. It was very, how do you say it? Very deep in thought instead of just being surface about talking about what you got, like material stuff. Is, you know, the lyrics I was into back then was more about talking about your life and your struggle and how you got through your struggle and how there's no joy without pain. And J. Cole has a lot in his songs that has that same vibe as the vibe that I grew up on.
Yeah.
In the golden era in the 90s. That's one. Let's see who else. I mean, he's not alive anymore, but you know, his music's still alive. I have to put XXXTentacion in that list. And to be very honest with you, since I'm kind of older, there's some artists that I really didn't listen to a lot just because I wasn't a big fan of their music, as in, I don't know what they're talking about. I can't relate to it sometimes. But after X died, I went back to his catalog, and I was actually ashamed that I didn't listen to his catalog when he was alive, because his shit is dope as fuck. Like, his vibe is very strong. And then I saw how all the young kids and the young generation reacted to his death. And, you know, I'm getting chills right now talking about it, that, you know, he was, you know, we can't compare him exactly to Tupac, but he was definitely a Pac type of figure to the generation that he represents. And then let's see, number 3, I would have to say, you know, Kendrick Lamar, just because of his reach, like internationally. Like, a lot of people know him, and he kind of helps represent that more conscious hip hop on a worldwide level. I mean, J. Cole does as well, but for some reason Kendrick gets marketed more. So I definitely keep Kendrick in that top 5 list. And now you're really putting me on the spot now. Like, I only got 2 spots left. Who do I give it to? I'm gonna have to say A Boogie with the Hoodie, or With the Hoodie.
Definitely.
Because I don't know if anyone's ever watched his documentary on Rapture, but just watching that documentary inspired me, as in, you know, he had support from his friends, his family, his neighborhood, and that really helped him become the artist that he is today. He's an international artist. I mean, I know that's one of his album titles, but you know, he's an international artist as well, and he set the pace for other younger artists that want to do the same thing as him. And you know, I just feel like he set a precedent as you could do it on your own, you could create your own buzz, and by creating your own buzz you have more leverage when bigger companies come knocking at your door about, you know, agreements, contracts, you know, publishing deals, all that stuff. So, you know, I commend A Boogie with the Hoodie for creating a buzz by himself, because right now it's him and 3 of his other close friends that run their company. They go to all the meetings to negotiate the deals, any endorsements. So that's number 4, A Boogie with the Hoodie. And number five. Man, you might have to come back to me on number 5.
Word.
I'm not gonna just say somebody. So we're gonna keep it with J. Cole, XXX Tentacion, Kendrick, and A Boogie with the Hoodie. There's many great artists out now, but those are the 4 for now that popped up in my head.
Word.
Okay, but I'm gonna flip the camera over and get back to Young Pedro 619. Yeah. All right, man. So, what's the next thing you see? Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years? So at the end of 2021, Christmas 2021.
Shit, bro. I'm trying to get, once I get that bag, I'm gonna get a crib somewhere, like invest in real estate. So probably get a crib, invest in a studio, most likely, and I'll probably be more on the mixing and writing side, but I'll also be performing my own music too.
Okay.
So.
But right now you're more focused on being a songwriter?
Yeah, at the moment.
Okay. And then even if you're focused on being a songwriter right now, you still, you know, record your lyrics and you still post everything on SoundCloud with, you know, with the song, right? With the beat and everything?
Yeah, I post weekly, if not like probably 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
On SoundCloud currently. So I want to just be able to keep having that schedule where I'm allowed to post and write songs and mix all at the same time.
Okay. And yeah, so I want to just add onto that. So you have created momentum for yourself, and now you just want to make sure you're consistent with your momentum, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever had a like writer's block or a moment in your artistry to where you just couldn't create any new material?
Yeah, like way before I moved out to LA 6 months ago, I was smoking a lot of weed, and I was just like, I couldn't focus right all the time.
Okay.
And it was just like I had to stop and sit down and actually think for a minute just to get a few decent lines. And it just comes and goes, really. I just have to learn not to be upset when it happens, because it's going to be over in the next week or whatever, and I'll be rejuvenated.
Okay. So how long did you have writer's block the longest?
Oh, dude, like a month.
A whole month?
I'm going to say a month.
How did you feel that whole month when you weren't able to create new material? Like just tell me how you were feeling, like what was going through your head?
I was hurt, man, like, because when you can't make music is when you want to the most. And it's hard because it's not like my laptop broke and I just can't make music. It's something within me that was allowing me not to make music. Like,
yeah,
it tripped me out.
Okay. So how did you get out of that 1 month rut?
The more music I listened to, the more inspiration I felt. So like Mac Miller, I'll listen to a lot of his shit. I like watching movies with the sound off the most, but Faces is cool. All that. Earl Sweatshirt too.
Okay.
Like those 2 artists mainly helped me.
Okay. If you had to pick a producer right now that you want to work with, just give me two names.
2 names right now?
Yeah.
I want to work with this one dude named Slowly Beats more.
Say that one more time.
Slowly Beats.
Okay.
Him, and then another producer from Temecula named DG.
DG?
DG Worthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And have you reached out to him yet, or you just know about him?
I'm cool with them, but we just haven't really had the opportunity to sit down and fully make tracks like that, like I'd like to.
Okay, so I mean, you guys are in contact, so it's in the works. Y'all just haven't had the session set up yet.
Yeah, none of that, but
Okay.
those are who I look to work with.
All right. Cool. And then you as an independent artist, who do you look up to in the independent scene right now that that has more traction than you right now, but you just respect his grind and his hustle and his artistry? Do you have any artists that you can name right now?
In the underground?
Yeah, in the underground.
Definitely Xavier Wolf, probably.
Xavier Wolf?
Yeah, if you could still consider him like underground like that. But I would say him.
Okay. And have you ever reached out to him or talked to him, or you just know him as an artist, as you know, just like a fan would?
I know him as an artist, but we were booked on the same show this one time. But I got in trouble and just had to handle that situation that I created and just couldn't go to the show, so that sucked.
Okay. Can you elaborate on how you got in trouble? I mean, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
It was just a lot of shit. I was just being a little immature with a lot of people, and it all just came down to me all at once. And I really had to handle that before I did anything else, really.
Okay, so you're saying making an immature decision might have cost you an opportunity.
A big one, yeah, and it's something I regret still.
Okay, you regret it still, but did you learn from that mistake?
I did, definitely.
Okay, so what would you do different in that same situation today?
I realized that music is my first priority, and that I really need to get that shit straight before I go and try to do anything else.
Okay, got you. And we all love music, man, so what's the last music festival or show that you've been to?
Oh, dude, the last one I went to was a Ghost Main show, last year, probably.
Okay, where was it at?
It was in Echo Park, actually.
Oh, at the Echoplex?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been there before. It's nicer.
It was lit. I broke my glasses there.
Oh, yeah? How did that happen?
So, I was in the mosh pit, and some dude, punched me, low-key, so I had to fuck him up.
Oh, shit.
So I got down at the show, and then I still had to look for my glasses, and they were just fucking broke. So that was an L.
All right. Yeah, just a note to anybody that's watching. I don't know if you want to mosh pit with my man right here, cause he holding some power on him.
It wasn't even like that, cause he came up to me personally from outside the mosh pit and decked me and then dipped out. So It wasn't even like he was moshing. He was just being a dick.
Like a dry hater?
He was drunk as fuck, so I think he thought it would be funny or that I wouldn't do shit. But I definitely had to fuck him up for that.
Yeah, I feel you on that. That's cool, man. And then have you ever tried to produce your own tracks, or you just stick to songwriting and performing?
I have a few beats with Woody, and I don't really like producing too much on my own, but I'm really good with collabs.
Okay. What's the reason you don't like to produce on your own, though?
I just don't have what it takes to yet at least to know where to go with the beat fully. But if you point me in a direction, then I can lead with I can take it from there to a point.
Okay.
And so I can really only do collabs. I made a few beats by myself, but it's just tedious for me.
Okay. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from, because I know a lot of artists that, they say they can make a track, but they say the same thing. Yeah, if I'm working with another producer, I'll help him make the track. Because I've seen Jay-Z do that with Timberland before too. Because I know Jay don't make beats, but he was in the studio hitting the keys and shit, trying to find out new sounds.
Yeah.
To have Timberland lay it down later.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. And then, let's see. What's in the works right now? What are you working on right now at this present moment?
I'm working on a tape for my second SoundCloud page, and it's gonna come out within this month probably.
Okay. And you said it's a second SoundCloud page. What does that mean?
So the first SoundCloud, I realized that a lot of what I wanted to post wouldn't do well with the fan base I had on that SoundCloud page. And so I did have an audience to attend to and keep making music for, but I also wasn't really happy because I couldn't make the music I wanted to release. So I just made a second one. I don't really promote it. I don't do anything. I just post them there, and if you want to listen, that's cool. Okay. And yeah, that's where I post all my shit.
All right, so how many tracks have you posted on the second account so far?
Probably like 15.
15?
Yeah.
How long have you had it up?
I've posted on it like 3 months ago.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right. So are you getting good feedback on that second account on SoundCloud?
And it's more personal too. Like a lot of people message me more so now and just let me know how shit goes, and I can respond.
All right. How do they search for that second page on SoundCloud? What's the name of it?
Young Pedro 619 Part 2.
Part 2?
Yeah, Part 2.
All right. So I take it the first one is Young Pedro 619.
Yeah.
Okay. And your IG handle is
Young Pedro 619.
All right. You spell Young Y-U-N-G, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. All right, man. I really appreciate you coming through and letting us interview you like this, and we definitely want you back to let us know how that songwriting agreement worked out, and what's going on with that, or anything new that you're going to be doing later. But once again, man, I really appreciate you. Much blessings to you, and stay humble, stay focused, and Godspeed on your career.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for letting me come on here and talk, bro.
Oh, no problem, man.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. And if you guys look in the description part, you'll see a link to his Instagram, and then from there you guys can contact him, or figure out how to get to SoundCloud from his Instagram links on his profile. But once again, this is Young Pedro 619 representing California, the West Coast. He's about to have himself a songwriting contract. He's an independent artist, and this is how you're supposed to do as an independent artist. You got to work hard for yourself, create a buzz, and then one day someone's going to come to you and ask you if you want to work with their company. So stay blessed, everybody.
Peace.
All right, guys. Once again, this is DVNB, host of IZM. This was episode 2. Look out for episode 3, and that will be tomorrow around the same time. So we'll see you then. AXUMUS out. And we also like to thank Charles, the engineer, producer, for showing support to AXUMUS and as well to Young Pedro 619.
Thank you.
All right, peace. AXUMUS out.